I am back. Did you miss me? So I have decided to come back to YouTube. Well, I actually never decided to leave, but I just needed a break and try to figure out exactly what it is that I wanted to do. But I am back, and it is cold as hell today. I'm wearing a very old coat that I have had since maybe 2003 actually. Look at the stains in the inside. This is from when I used to wear it to the club. Like, I would hold it. Look at this. It has my initials in it, which is kind of cool. But this coat is that old. And I remember people were like spilling their drinks because I would hold it through the club inside out. Old school style. Anyways, we are on our way driving upstate to go check on the house. Now, if I have not brought this up before, I bought a house upstate 2 years ago, and renovations are finally on their way. It took a lot longer than expected. It was a lot more expensive than I expected, but I am doing things very intentionally, and I am designing things the way I want them to be. I am buying pieces of furniture on my travels every time I go somewhere. For example, I bought some chairs from a Paris flea market. I'm really taking my time with this. I'm enjoying the process. I have to be honest, it was a big learning curve. There are a lot of things that I had no idea would cost as much as they did. I didn't understand a lot of different things. So I think this is just a big learning area for me. I'm gonna pick up my husband now because he dropped my daughter off at school. I dropped Rio off, and I'm the one with the car. Well, he took the train, so I have to go and get him since they're at 2 different schools. So let's go pick up David, and let's go check out the house and check out some of the things that I have done this far. All right, guys, we are in the new house. There are some people here because people are working, but I am super excited to kind of show you around. The sun is coming in and out, so please bear with me. I'm gonna put my glasses back on, but I'm gonna show you some of the living room. I'm gonna show you what it looked like before. I'm also gonna show you our new dining room table. I've been waiting months for this table, and I can kind of go through where I got things. I'm not gonna show the entire house just because a lot of it is still very much so a mess. But overall, I think we're gonna make this a little bit of a series, and I want you to come along on my reno journey just because, as I said in the car, it is a learning curve. Let's walk around. All right, so we're standing in the living room. This mirror, I found this mirror at a company called Form LA. I'm gonna make sure that I leave links to everything. This mirror is possibly my absolute favorite thing ever. It is beautiful, it is gorgeous, it goes so well with the room. I love the stone of it. It took quite a long time to get, maybe around 3-4 months, but I think it was absolutely worth it. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that this was probably one of the first things that we did besides the floors, but this beautiful fireplace. The stone is called electric blue. It is a quartzite. It was very pricey. I was under the impression that stone wasn't this expensive. I had no idea, but I think for the most part, it's absolutely stunning. And then for most of everything else in here, like this beautiful chair I found at a vintage flea market out in Hudson. I had this beautiful table made. This table, the funny part about this table, wait, let me switch this around for you. Funny part about this table is that it looks like someone's ball sack. Am I right? But I absolutely love it. The balls are very heavy. They're all different, so sometimes they split down the side, so they definitely look like someone's scrotum, but that's okay. And then of course I have this beautiful stool right by the window. This was also ordered and took quite a long time to come. My favorite part are these really cute toes that are actually on the bench. One is the other way just so the bench doesn't fall, but it is so well made. It's a little heavy, but it's perfect. So then I ended up finding this lamp at a little place in Milan. It was really, really cute. It was a thrift store, a vintage thrift store. So I went to Milan for Fashion Week last year and found this gorgeous lamp. And I think it was probably like 45 euros. And then when I got back to the States, I went to my favorite lighting place on Canal Street and just had it rewired. Of course, my couch. I wanted something that was very big, that would fill this space completely. So I found this sofa before I even took measurements. I think when we first moved here, I'm like, I have to have a sofa that is going to be huge. It fits tons of people. I had some friends over the other day and like we were all still so far away from one another. This sofa is from a company called Nor 11. Absolutely beautiful. Like I am obsessed with it. I think it is a high performance fabric. Don't quote me, but red wine is absolutely not allowed in this room. Something else that I'm really loving is this coffee table. This coffee table was made by a Mexican designer. This also took a while to get. I think anything that you have made or anything that is not mass produced is going to take a very long time. To be honest with you, nowadays, because I got one of the kids' beds from Pottery Barn, that bed took 4 months. I think furniture in general, I had no idea, but sometimes it says it's in stock and it's made to order. But beautiful, beautiful table. As far as the rug goes, I got this from Nordic Knots. Check out Nordic Knots. They have absolutely amazing, amazing rugs. Sadly, my dog peed on it. He never has accidents in the house. I think it is just winter. I don't know what happened, but he ended up having a little accident over here. It's a little white. There's some white patching. I think what happened is that we ended up putting peroxide down because I was so freaked out. I was running around and I was like, no! So we ended up putting some peroxide down and I think it changed the rug color slightly. Not a big deal because I don't think that you can actually see it. But I ended up buying one of those vacuums, you know, like the duster busters that pick up liquid as well. So next time that happens or anything falls on this rug, I have it covered. Plus I have some Folex, but the rug is very it's just such a beautiful, beautiful rug and it feels so good. And then we have this huge scaffolding that we ended up buying. And the reason why we ended up buying it is because my husband painted this entire room by himself and he needed to be able to get high above and get into the cathedral ceilings. I think he did a really good job. Let's get into this chandelier. This chandelier, I had my eye on for a while. Let's go above. This chandelier, I had my eye on for a while. It is Italian. I think it's from a brand called A-Step. It is my favorite chandelier. And I was looking for something that was going to be modern yet still so beautiful and something that I can still warm up the space a bit. And I think I kind of nailed it with this piece. Before we get to the dining room, we did have some wallpaper that was up that I really did not like. When I did show it on Instagram, everybody loved it. But for me, I think it was kind of culturally inappropriate when you looked very close to what the paintings on the wall, what it was. I'm not a wallpaper girly. I did think for a brief moment that I do want to put wallpaper in one of our guest rooms, but for the most part, I mean, I feel like it's just not my vibe. It's just not who I am, you know? I'm somebody who like to wear black, so the fact that I'm even putting some color in some of these rooms is a lot for me. So one step at a time. But let me show you the dining room table. Excuse the mess. Again, we're in the middle of a reno. The wallpaper came all off of these walls, so no longer have this, but I do think we have this beautiful open window that we're going to put some window treatments on. I think I'm going to put a bench underneath this window, just something that's some beautiful, beautiful drapes. But get into this stone. It is so good. All right, and then these chairs, I ended up getting these chairs. I found these chairs from First Dibs, and I had them reupholstered in this beautiful high performance fabric. I had the chairs made before I even had the table, so I did pick out this color. However, I had my eye on this stone in particular, so I kind of manifested the whole thing. I didn't know who was going to make this table for me. All I knew is that I was going to have it made. The table ended up working out, and I'm going to do sulking room pink. Well, I'm not painting. My husband's actually going to do the painting in this particular room, but we're going to do sulking room pink on the walls. And then I have this crazy chandelier that I can't wait to show you. It's hand blown, and it's going to be trapeze. So there's going to be 6 different lights, and it's a trapeze type light. Hopefully it should be here sometime next month, so that can go up. But for the most part, this room is almost done. I will not be putting any rugs. I'm not a big fan of rugs in a dining room area where you eat food, and I do think me and the family will be eating here quite often, and I'm going to be entertaining here, so that's going to be really nice. Now let me move over to, I've already showed you the den in another video, so I'm just going to put, on another day, so I'm just going to put what the den is looking like now. We're currently in the dining room. This is going to be the cigar room. No, we're not actually smoking cigars, but that's just what it's called. But I thought, usually when you think of cigar rooms, you think of this dark, rich, beautiful colors or dark wood. Now there was dark wood in here, but my husband did not want to keep it. I thought we could really jazz up the dark wood, but I had to let him have his thing for the simple fact that I have been doing everything and I haven't had much of his opinions and things. So I was like, you know what, fine. But let me pick the color, or let us agree on the color. So we did agree on a color. It is currently in the process of being painted, so it looks a mess, but let me just kind of show you what this rich color is going to look like. So here is the color. The color is called Poe, P-O-E, from Portola Paints. Now what's going to be on these walls is going to be more of a textured Roman clay. So it's going to be this beautiful, solid, semi-gloss at the bottom, and then this beautiful textured walls in the middle. I really do love how the color came out. I feel like it's a very beautiful, rich wine color, something that would look really good in a cigar room slash bar situation. So this was a built-in desk. Here are the drawers. So what we decided to do was to keep it and not rip it out and turn it into a bar. So we're going to put a wine fridge down here, possibly an ice maker. I'm going to put a very rich, beautiful, dark burgundy marble on top. And then we're going to do some frosted mirrors in the back. And then we'll put some lighting underneath and then some hooks for all of the bar glasses. And then this will be just like a situation where, you could come, you can make yourself a drink, and then you can kind of lounge and hang out because there's a fireplace here. I think that this room is going to be very cozy. I'm thinking about getting, if I can, a custom couch. I would like the couch to start kind of from here, an L shape to there, and then put 2 chairs, 1 and 2 here, that can either be sitting towards the fireplace and then they rotate. So they'll swivel around in case you have company. And then this is my uncle's painting. So my uncle was my mother's brother. They passed away a month after one another. Maybe a month to 2 months, but he passed away right after my mother passed away, and he was also an artist, but he was an artist for a very, very long time. This painting he made many, many years ago, and he commissioned it for a family, and apparently, look, it even says Silva on it. I love that. The family that owned it, it was a woman, she was in her 90s. She had her granddaughter contact my cousin on Facebook to give the painting back. The woman decided, she was like, that this painting should go back to the family. and contacted my cousin, and my cousin was like, hey, do you want it? And I was like, oh my God, I would love this painting. So this is one of the first paintings, not the first, but you know, in the earlier years of my uncle being an artist, this is what he painted, and I thought it would be amazing to go on this wall. The only thing is that I just, because of all the nicks and dings over the years, I'm gonna get it framed, and I think that this would be the perfect spot for it. I feel very blessed to have this piece.
So I like this house because like the beds are really comfortable and it's a big wide open space to do stuff. And I just really like it because outside is huge. It's peaceful and quiet. I don't like a few things. When we first came here, it was not renovated at all. It was like crazy. I used to call it the bug house because there is so much bugs and stuff. It was crazy. I think it's gonna be good because we already have a good renovation right now. Good renovation leads to a good house, and it's like, you get what I mean, right? That's so creepy.
What?
That bench is so creepy.
Oh, I have a bench with like little feet on it.
Yeah.
Am I giving everybody anxiety
It's
with coffee on this
creepy.
couch? Why don't you tell them about your room?
Bed, closet, that's done.
What color is it?
A lightish, darkish blue, so I like blue.
We're gonna do a little mid-century modern blue mixed with woods to warm up the space in his room. We have like a multi-blue, different color rug. We're gonna do blue curtains. My husband actually, his ceiling is white. Well, it is a whitish color, but my husband actually wants to paint it all blue. I kind of like it with a little bit of a pop of white in
I
it.
love blue.
You think that the ceiling should be
I'm
blue?
blue.
Like there's so many different things that we could change. Let's start breakfast, and I have to cook because we have to go somewhere in a little bit. Don't forget we're going to that party.
Adios.
One of my neighbors came over and gave me an idea to call this, instead of the cigar room, because we don't smoke cigars, but the jazz room. So this is Portola paints. I know that I talked about this briefly. Portola paints in the color Poe. I just need to get another fireplace insert, because this is a gas fireplace insert, and then I'm going to find a stone that complements this really well. I already have one in mind. Now this is the first coat of the Roman clay going up. Now this is going to be super textured here in the middle. I can't wait to see what this is all going to look like. I have very high hopes for this. So far, I love this rich, beautiful wine burgundy color. Definitely feels like a jazz room. And then these doors we're going to get replaced, and we're going to do ribbed glass on them. And then of course the bar, I just need to find an ice machine and a wine fridge, and this will all be completely redone as well. So that is what we are working with as of now. The kitchen. Now the kitchen is almost done. I have kind of been vlogging the kitchen a bit, but because the workers are here, I'm not going to show you. Look at, there's a piece of the kitchen. The workers are here, so I'm not going to show too much. I think I'm going to do that in another video. And then also we still have to go upstairs, and I want to show you my ideas and things that we're doing upstairs. This staircase has got to go. It is driving me absolutely insane. It needs to be updated. But I do have a question for you. Do you think that we should possibly just paint the banister? I do want to paint it black if I were to do this. Paint the sand and paint the banister black, and then just get new spindles? Or should we try and do the whole thing over again? Because I kind of like this whole the mix of keeping some of the old things, mixing with some of the new. Because even on Instagram, when I posted this house, everybody had comments, by the way. Everybody's like, why'd you do this? You should have did this. Why don't you take out this? Some people had issues with these windows. And as of right now, again, this is my first home reno. Things are adding up, and I have caviar taste, okay? So we need to pick and choose our battles here. I kind of like the windows for right now. Like, I'm not in a phase where I'm going to be changing all the windows, because once you start changing one window, you need to change them all. So as of right now, I'm going to leave the windows. I like them. They're big, they're grand. And again, I'm mixing something old and new, like these chairs that I found at the Paris flea market. Old mixing with new. I want to kind of keep that theme throughout the house. And this house is our country house. It's our summer home. It's our weekend home. So I don't really need to go all out. I just want to make it beautiful and comfortable in a place that me and my family create memories. But I think I digressed. What does that have to do with the staircase? What should we do with the staircase? I think I'm going to order some spindles and see what they look like. Because again, if I redo the whole thing, I'm going to have to redo the floors on all the stairs. I'm thinking about it. Let me know what you think down below. Should we just paint it, change the spindles? I also have a mock-up of the staircase that I think I would want to do. I'll put it somewhere over here, but it's still thinking about it. Can we get into the fact that these are transition lenses and I did not know until just now? I am pumped about that. Nevertheless, I am back on YouTube and I am so excited. If you're just finding this channel, please make sure that you subscribe if you like me, because I'm a vibe. Stay a while, hang with us. But again, I'm going to make this into a whole series, so I will be coming back to you with more reno stuff, things that I've learned along the way. But I'm going to take off for right now because I gotta go back to the city and pick my kids up. I will leave links in the description box. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. Silva is the name. And I was gonna say Silva is the name, and I'm changing the game. I'm not changing shit, okay? I'm just here to hang out. I'm here to hang out. It's a Ussy thing. I'll see you guys later.